Morning, Sunny Hill Church. It's Harry again, bringing you today's Take 5. And, you know, another tale from the desert, so it is. Um, there's something about the desert, that strips you down. Not just physically, but spiritually too. After days of walking under the sun, it starts to expose things in yourself about who you really are. There's no comfort, there's no kind of noise, you've not got lots of people around you. A lot of the time it's just you and God. And I was really privileged to be able to have this space with Him in that time, and in that experience. And it's often in those quiet times, isn't it? Those refining spaces that God often does His deepest work. Not around us, but actually deep in us. And that's what is happening to Abraham in Genesis 17, like we read here. It even opens up, when Abraham was 99 years old, the Lord appeared to him and said, I am God Almighty. Walk before me faithfully and be blameless. It goes on to say, no longer will you be called Abraham. Your name will be Abraham, for I have made you a father of many nations. And later it kind of then speaks about his wife too. It says, God also said to Abraham, as for Sarai, your wife, you are no longer to call her Sarai. Her name will be Sarah. I will bless her and will surely give you a son by her. Abraham had been walking with God for years, hadn't he? And yet God still had more to do with him. Got an extra one with us this morning. He wasn't just giving Abraham a promise, he was giving him a new identity. And I was looking it up, and I've got on my notes here that Abraham actually meant exalted father, but when he changed his name to Abraham, that meant father of many. God added just one letter, but that letter changed everything. And this is kind of what happens when God renames us too. He takes who we are and infuses it with His purpose. He calls out potential that we didn't even see in ourselves. And in the desert, I certainly felt a bit of that too. The journey that we were on, it really kind of reshaped me. Whether it was just my body, but it was actually my attitude too, and it reshaped my faith. And by the end, I realised that I'd become someone different than who I was when I'd started. But maybe God is doing that to you at the moment too. You might not be in a physical desert, but you might be in a desert or wilderness place of your own, and you might be feeling stretched or tested or refined. But maybe this isn't just about challenging the challenge you're facing. Maybe it's about the person you're becoming through it. And so I want you just to ask yourself today, what part of my identity is God maybe trying to reshape or refine in me? Is He trying to change my name? Is there something in me that He's really trying to work out here? Am I still holding on to the old labels, the old names people have given me? Failure, fear, not being enough. When actually God is speaking different names over you. And what might that name be for you today? Stay blessed, and I'll catch you tomorrow.